Don't miss out on these 5 things in GTA Online before May 7th. From the weekly update in GTA Online, we had a bunch of bonuses, discounts, free cars, and other things like this that you definitely don't want to miss out on before May 7th rolls around. Altogether, this will be the best things selected directly from the weekly update. If you guys enjoy these type of videos and don't miss out because of them, make sure to subscribe to the channel to never miss out every single weekly update. Without any further ado, let's dive into the video. To start this one off, we have the bonuses from the weekly update. We've got some pretty nice options, starting off with a 4 times money and RP on the community mission series. Unfortunately, this will only be available for these consoles and the PC enhanced versions. I'm sure many of you guys can take advantage of this with that really nice bonus money. For some reason, after trying to play this 4 times bonus was not available for me. However, I did manage to play through the whole thing, and even without this 4 times bonus, it looks like the payout is pretty decent, at roughly around $80,000 depending on how long you take. I also got a massive chunk of RP while playing this, and altogether I do think this community mission was extremely fun. I believe if you guys want to get that 4 times money and RP on this, you will have to join the actual series, which can be found on the map right here. We also got a triple money and RP on the payphone hits, the time trials, and open wheel races, with the final bonuses being double money and RP on Madrazo hits and the community race series. The Madrazo hits will also have a 4 times bonus for GTA Plus members. So overall, this week in terms of bonuses did have a nice amount of options. In my opinion, the payphone hits, paying out triple money and RP will probably be your go-to choice, unless you guys can actually get the 4 times bonus on the community mission series. You could even pair these things together. When you have a cooldown for a payphone hit, just start playing the community mission series and you should be able to make a lot of cash, whilst also having a bunch of fun. By the way, the payphone hits with that triple money bonus will be paying out roughly around $130,000 if you complete the assassination bonus. Very nice to see that. If you guys have an agency and you have completed 3 security contracts to unlock the payphone hits, you want to jump into this as soon as possible. For the next section, I think I just have to include the free cars from the weekly update. In total, I don't think we have to spend too much time in this section because the free cars this week, all 3 vehicles, were nothing too special. For the worst one possible, we had the Zirconium Journey 2 inside the casino for the Lucky Wheel podium vehicle. For me at least, I really don't like this thing. I'm sure many of you guys have seen this before, but if you did want to get this for free, now is the week to do it. There's then the LS Car Meet prize ride, which was the Vapid Uranus Loz Speed. You might just have enough time to get this by placing top 2 in the LS Car Meet series 4 days in a row. So if you have already been playing some of the LS Car Meet series and placing top 2 over the last week, you should hopefully have just enough time to get it for free. And yeah, that is really it for the free vehicles in this weekly update. As I said, it is really limited and the vehicles themselves are really not too good. However, because they are free, you might still want to get them. Next in line, we have the discounts from the weekly update. In total, I think this is probably my second favorite thing from the event week. We start off with a 30% off these vehicles. To pick out some of the better ones in my opinion, I think the Omnis EGT is probably my favorite one there, just based on the Armani tech upgrades it can have. This is then followed by the Wagner, which is still one of the better cars, or at least standard cars in GTA Online without any upgrades. And the final vehicle I would probably suggest is most likely the Osiris or the PR4. The Turismo Classic is also another nice contender, having access to the HSW upgrades. Even just saving 30% off will be extremely nice, so yeah, make sure to go to their websites, sort by price, and hopefully you find them before the weekly update refreshes. The final discounts were at the gun van. You could find a 40% off the precision rifle and a 30% off only for GTA Plus members on the combat shotgun. So it might be worth trying to find the gun van if you guys want either one of them things. However, I do think this one is a complete skip. To now shift our focus to the test rides, we actually got some really nice ones on display. So at Simeon's Auto Shop, also known as PDM, we had the DR1, the Tulip, the Torero XO, ProGen PR4, and the Sentinel XS4. Altogether some great choices there that you can go ahead and test drive as well, which automatically just makes them so nice. The only thing that you really have to look out for is their price. Just remember, some of these vehicles will already have a discount this week, but not all of them. I think the Torero XO is probably the best overall overall vehicle at Simeon's Auto Shop this week. It is extremely fast without any HSW upgrades. I also think it looks pretty cool as well. Then at the Luxury Autos dealership, we had the Anis Minimus, which is wrapped in a new livery. At least you guys can get a good look of this before deciding if you want to buy it or not. And we also had the Karen Woodlander here as well. The last place for test rides is inside the LS car meet. We had the Canis Seminole Frontier, the Dinka Jester, and the Pegassi Esky, with the HSW test ride being the Karen S95. Definitely the best one in my opinion. If you guys have access to the HSW upgrades, you might want to try the Karen S95 at the LS car meet test track. It is still extremely fast, and honestly, I cannot recommend it enough. For the final section, we have to go for the weekly money methods. These are the things that you want to do if you missed out on some of the things with bonus money, or maybe you just don't want to do them. Doing the weekly money methods is always nice as a sort of substitute. To start off with, we had these weekly challenges, which are actually different depending what you guys play on. If you have some of the enhanced versions of GTA Online on the PS5, Xbox Series X or S, or PC Enhanced, you will have to complete the old school hits, which is the new community mission series found in the community tab. However, if you do play on the old gen consoles or PC Legacy, you will need to win 2 open wheel races. So quite interesting to see this, but nevertheless quite an easy thing to complete. I do think that the enhanced versions weekly challenge is just a little bit easier considering you can do that solo. But yeah, if you guys are yet to do that, I would probably recommend it. There's then the new FIB priority file from the weekly update, which was the fine art file. If you have a garment factory, this is another thing to do, making you roughly around $300,000, and you can also complete this bonus challenge. After the priority file for the garment factory, we had all 3 of these salvage yard robberies. The McTony robbery for the Grotti Itali GTO, which is a top tier vehicle, getting you the most cash. We then had the Duggan robbery for the Ocelot Jugular, and the Gangbanger robbery for the Canis Camacho. I always think it is worth trying to do at least one salvage yard robbery, if you guys of course have a salvage yard, and if you had enough time, you could even complete all 3 of them to make roughly around $1 million. The last weekly money method is the time trials. The premium race from this week was called Across the Wilderness. The standard time trial was called Down Chiliad, and the HSW time trial was Pacific Bluffs to Mount Gordo. Again, this one really comes down to if you guys have enough time. Obviously, the standard time trial and HSW time trial should not really take you too long, a few minutes depending how far you have to go. For reference, the standard time trial Down Chiliad can sometimes be quite difficult to complete, so you might have to retry it just a few times. But yeah, I'm sure that many of you guys can do this before May 7th rolls around. To now give you guys a really brief summary of probably the best things overall that you might want to focus on the most before May 7th, I would probably say that the first thing would have to be the bonus money. With all of the various bonuses this week, there is a wide range to choose from. I think by far the best one there just has to be the payphone hits, with them only having a 10-minute cooldown and paying out just over $100,000 per one. You can sort of pair this with other things, or even some of the other bonuses from the weekly update, like for example the community mission series. I think that would be a really nice thing to make potentially a pretty nice amount of cash every couple of hours. And of course, if you already have payphone hits unlocked, then you will also have access to the agency's security contracts, which are also a super nice way to make cash whilst you wait for that 10-minute cooldown. I then think the second best thing would probably have to be the discounts, which might sound pretty standard, but I genuinely do think there is a really nice selection of vehicles with a discount. Although it is just a 30% discount, just saving any money on some of them ones should really help out. And the third and final thing that I would probably put in this top 3 would probably just have to be the test rides. I just love the selection at Simeon's Auto Shop. I definitely think this is the best place for test rides this week. So if you wanted to log on to GTA Online before May 7th, I would recommend going over there and testing a few of them out. But yeah guys, that will really wrap it up for this Don't Miss Out video. Hopefully with all of this information, you don't miss out the best things from the weekly update. It will be refreshing on May 7th, like I have said through the video. So with some luck, you can take advantage before that date. And yeah, with that being said, if you guys went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, shape or form, leave a like. I always do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.